everyone, welcome back to the 90th minute. We are your hosts. We got Greg, we got Lucas, Waz, and myself, Liam. If you are new to the podcast, make sure you are subscribed on YouTube, following us on any and all of our social medias. Links are in the description. Make sure you hit like, comment down below, get involved in the conversation, ask your questions. Anything else we want to plug tonight?
Well, we're going to answer a question later in the podcast. Also, check us out on TikTok, Twitter.
TikTok. How did I forget about TikTok? That's literally our biggest source of followers. Like
10,000 on there.
10,000 followers on TikTok.
Yeah. But yeah, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram. I haven't touched LinkedIn for
technically
weeks.
on Facebook as well.
Yeah.
LinkedIn.
Also, if you're interested in Twitch streams, Waz is going to be streaming on Twitch at It's Waz.
Yeah, twitch.tv/It's Waz.
We'll leave a description down below for that.
Team of the Year is happening why you're plugging
in FIFA.
That?
Well, I mostly stream FIFA, and tomorrow the Team of the Year comes out, so if you want to check that out.
That's the football
I play that awful game, but I enjoy it somehow still.
Okay, now we're done with you, and we're done plugging you.
Okay.
Let's get on to the actual football, the week that has been. Let's start
the FA
at the
Cup?
Merseyside Derby.
Yeah, FA Cup.
FA Cup, round 3, Merseyside Derby. Liverpool's under-18s took on Everton.
Well, not under 18s.
I mean,
you got James Milner in there.
You got James Milner, Joe Gomez, Adrian, Lallana, Divock Origi was playing. It's not really your under 18s,
but it's our beast.
But you had
maybe in part.
They had a 16-year-old playing, and Harvey Elliott.
That's pretty.
Ex-Fulham player.
Before we talk about the score, let's talk about what this means for Liverpool and what this means for the youth development. These are players who are coming through the ranks are going to get great experience playing big games against big opposition.
Liverpool have had a lot of importance to their academy in recent years, especially when Klopp has arrived. I know Pep Linders, one of the assistant coaches, has been involved in that in the past. I know we brought in a guy, I think this season, who helped with Porto in the past, and he's helping with our youth teams and also with the first team. I know in recent seasons, youth players from the under-23s have come to first team training and trained with our players. And I know next season when the academy gets built, because we're building an academy, I think at Kirkby or something, they're going to combine both the first team and all the other academy teams. Yeah. And it's going to be at this all-new facility.
It's fantastic to see, and Liverpool will reap the benefits for years to come of these players coming through the ranks, and they'll have great experience.
Yeah, and we're already seeing some benefits from the recent things I mentioned already with the Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott,
Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yeah. Trent and Alexander-Arnold.
But then Brewster too. Several players who have been training with the first team. They've been able to shine in this game specifically. Maybe not too many chances this season, but they've been given the chance to train with great players, some of the best in the world.
And they just played against a Premier team of Everton who started their starting 11.
Actual match that was. Everton played pretty much their starting 11 from the Premier League, and it ends 1-0 for Liverpool. A fantastic strike from Curtis Jones, about 20, 25 yards out, top of the box, outside the box, top corner hit. It was fantastic goal,
Everton did create some chances early on in the first half, so it wasn't that bad for them in that part of the match, but in the second half they were absolutely terrible. They could barely string a few passes together. Their best chances were Liverpool clearing the ball from a corner kick and them shooting at the top of the box from Morgan Schneiderlin. Not really your best source of goal scoring.
No, not really.
Not particularly.
I wouldn't say that's the most exciting midfield in the world either.
I mean, they had Fabian Delph playing in that midfield later on in the match.
That screams wonders to me.
That's a Premier League winner right there, boys.
Yeah. Honestly, when they took off Sigurdsson and put in Delph, both Delph and Schneiderlin,
they were not creative.
Well, not even that. They were just sitting so deep when Liverpool had the ball that it allowed Liverpool to receive the ball in the midfield so easily and barely any pressure.
Starting up front for you guys tonight was Minamino.
Yes.
He makes his full debut for Liverpool. Thoughts?
I liked him pressing. Obviously, when he was at Salzburg, they pressed very well, and it's a very big part of their game. And that's the same at Liverpool. And he did that job of the game pretty well. Got into good spaces. I think he still needs to get, more adapted to the team and the Premier League.
Came in. So.
If you are new to the 90th minute, Lucas is our Liverpool fan. That's why we go to him to discuss this game.
Not even always. Sometimes you just ignore me.
There's reasons why we ignore you.
Okay.
But
yes,
not if you are new, that kind of explains a little bit.
But yeah, and also Liverpool, it was just so easy for them to keep possession of the ball in the second half, especially. And
it didn't feel like you guys were ever under immense pressure.
And then when Everton tried to pass the ball out of the back, it was a disaster for them because they don't really have players capable of doing that. And
not particularly.
Like it was, and also Pickford just. I swear, every time he plays Liverpool, his clearance, his distribution is terrible.
Yeah.
He always, there's like one part where he boot the ball up the field, and like I guess because there was a guy making run, and he just overhit it by 30 yards.
But yeah, you look at like Richarlison, he was very quiet. Sigurdsson, like I said, he came off. Walcott
was decent in the first half, but in the second half, he was just there many opportunities to make a pass into dangerous areas, and he wasn't able to do it.
Calvert-Lewin, who had scored recently in the Premier League a couple of times, he was kept very quiet.
I don't think he's that.
Moise Kean, the least we say about him, the better.
I mean,
honestly.
He had a decent chance, but he tried to like sideball it.
Just don't talk about Moise Kean.
He's
not having a good time.
He hasn't transitioned to the Premier League.
He's not loving Merseyside right now.
I mean, it's kind of hard for a young player to adapt to the Premier League when
they come in. They just
definitely
get thrown in.
Sure it is.
So I think that judging him on that so soon is
or
harsh.
is it a case that he can't really play well with players that Everton have? I mean,
or is it a case of he was a bit of a flash in a pan?
No, because at Juventus he was kind of surrounded by quality players, so he's able to get chances and score
playing
more.
next to Ronaldo and playing next to Theo Walcott, very different.
So I don't know. I think I don't like the way he's been kind of brought up through the ranks. I guess you can say. I don't know.
He's still young. You got to give players time.
No, definitely. It's just he kind of burst on the scene with Juventus. He was scoring some nice goals.
Everton spent big money on him with 35 million.
They were expecting
looking for
big
a return
things.
there.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like, St. Maximin, he was doing decent things.
Yeah.
Where did he come from again?
He came from Nice, but he's older than Kane.
By how many years? 2?
He's 22 or 23.
So it's not a million years older.
He's like 2, 3, 4 years older.
But still, he's still been doing things under Newcastle. Come on,
he's been injured, so he hasn't really been doing anything.
Still, whenever he's been on the pitch,
he's just quick.
He's flourished. And you expect the same from Moise Kean, so disappointing for Moise.
There's not a hell of a lot to talk about in this match, if we're completely honest. Liverpool advanced.
It's a 1-0 victory. What else? How much more can you say?
We're talking about the context of Everton side playing their strong team against Liverpool, who have a heavily rotated side, and Everton were outclassed, especially in the second half.
I'm honestly not surprised.
It shows the depth that Liverpool has, that they can play these young players in a cup match.
Liverpool kept a clean sheet with Nat Phillips, who just came from Stuttgart, who was at loan there, and Stuttgart aren't a first division side in Germany.
I heard he's actually not too bad beside Gomez.
And Gomez, I'm very happy of him being able to lead the back line, and showing that Liverpool aren't just relying on Van Dijk.
I saw a tweet saying Klopp is the new Ferguson in terms of him bringing the youth through and the training sessions, including the youth players. Do you agree with that, Mr. United and Mr. Liverpool?
In a sense, I guess, yeah. I mean, his man management is probably the best in the world right now.
I think it's hard to debate if he's the best manager in the world right now.
I'm not going to compare Klopp to Ferguson because that's such an unfair comparison to make to a guy who's done it for so many years for multiple generations of the game.
Not his achievements, just his view of bringing the youth up, playing the youth with the full team, playing them and trusting the youth in the third round of the FA Cup. I know you guys want to focus on Premier League and Champions League, but this trophy still means a lot.
Well, if you look at it, if Liverpool lost this match, people would be saying it's a disgrace what Liverpool did in this round.
Yeah, they'd question Klopp's thinking of, he doesn't care about any domestic trophy other than the Premier League, which is understandable to an extent because it's, unless you're winning the Premier League, and it's like, who really cares about the FA Cup if you win your first Premier League in 30 years?
And
cups are cups.
Yeah, the Premier League is huge, but the FA Cup is rather important too.
You want to progress in everything. I mean, even though if you progress here, it makes it harder in the future where you got Champions League games, tough Prem matches.
Yeah, the FA Cup isn't as important as it used to be, I think,
check out our TikTok where we post a video with, I think, the best ever FA Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that one?
No, I totally missed it. So I've been kind of just this weekend. I've been kind of out of the loop.
At the 90th minute, check that out. Okay, who should we move on to next in the FA Cup?
Oh, I think we should mention the FA Cup along with the Premier League matches of clubs. So I think we should just mention Liverpool's Premier League match just quickly.
Okay.
Because we didn't have a podcast after the midweek fixtures, so we're kind of doing what we did similar to the last podcast.
That is true. And what was the result of the Liverpool game?
A 2-0 victory over Sheffield United.
Pretty dominating performance, I must say.
That's a good result for them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just as solid a performance as you need from Liverpool.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Goes through Mo Salah and Sadio Mane. Yeah, it ends 2-0. Dominant performance.
Yeah.
Sheffield had moments they looked like they could score, but yet again just wasn't.
They had moments where they countered well, but
Liverpool's just too strong right now.
Unstoppable.
I would say Sheffield had some decent chances early on in the first half,
but it just died.
It kind of snuffed them out. Right?
Yeah,
it was a bit of a rotated midfield.
I think we were trying to say that, maybe Sheffield could be the team to beat Liverpool. No, we were wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to keep saying that all year.
Well, Lucas was saying he was afraid of Sheffield.
I don't think they're going to go undefeated. Someone's going to beat them. I think someone will. I don't know who. It can be anyone.
So. It's going to be Burnley.
No, I hope not.
Norwich come out with a huge victory.
Beats Man City
and Liverpool.
I think, there will be a team that will get some bullcrap win against Liverpool. It's very sneaky.
No one's even gotten a bullcrap draw against Liverpool except United, and I don't think that was bullcrap.
No, not really, because we show up when we want to, really. So,
but speaking about this game,
you want to.
This was.
You're saying you didn't want to show up against Arsenal?
No, it's okay.
We'll get to that.
But I just want to give some praise to Liverpool's midfield because we got the Milner, Henderson, Wijnaldum midfield because Keita got injured, a groin injury, which at the moment we don't know how long he's out for.
It happened during the warm-up, right? Yeah.
It was apparently a last shot of the warm-up, so that's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
But I know I've criticized this midfield in the past, but in this match specifically, they were great, especially Henderson and Wijnaldum.
You only have one draw all season. I forgot about. I think I had more than just one.
No, that's why it's easy to remember.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Henderson United.
Many said Henderson was the man of the match, but I thought Wijnaldum was incredible in this match. So much composure from him.
He's been playing really well just over the course of the last season and a half.
I feel like
I thought Jordan Henderson's been fantastic.
Jordan Henderson has been fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know. In a lot of matches, like Wijnaldum, like I mentioned in past podcasts, he kind of ghosted some matches and didn't really get on the ball. But in this match, that was quite the opposite, and I was very happy with his performance.
This was a very clean, simple game. No yellow cards.
There wasn't that many fouls.
Just
first half was
2 goals. That's it.
First half had like 1 or 2 fouls.
Yeah.
It was like Liverpool had like 3 fouls the entire game.
Yeah.
But I mean, that makes sense when Liverpool has the ball.
It's like almost like Sheffield just handed them 3 points. And here, we're not even gonna fight. Just take the 3 points.
I mean, I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that's how it happens.
No,
Sheffield are a team
works,
that
they did press.
But the thing is,
on paper, it looks like that.
Liverpool are just a better side all around.
Yeah.
Nothing against Sheffield. They are very good, and they've been fantastic this season since coming up. But you know what? Liverpool's just unstoppable.
They're the best team in the world.
They're unstoppable.
They're the best team in the world at the moment right now.
I don't
100%.
That's a smug grin right there.
100%. 100%.
But also, Chris Wilder after the match, I really respect his comments after the game, saying like, if Liverpool are a team that's with all these great players are still willing to work hard every game, then why should we not work hard? We are doing well, but we can't stop working hard.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a very scary team. I'm just saying, your team is everything works so well.
But you look at that starting lineup and you go, okay, Milner, Henderson, and Wijnaldum are not the best midfielders in the Premier League. Your De Bruyne's, your Kantes, Pogba even on his day.
No, they work hard.
But they work hard. They work as a unit.
Yeah.
And you look at the front 3. Yes, Salah, Firmino, and Mane are brilliant together. But you could argue Aguero's better. You could argue Harry Kane's better. But this works as a team. It works as a unit. They work hard as individuals for their better good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so definitely.
Let's move on. We'll mention the Arsenal versus Manchester United match because that was a big fixture for midweek. And then we'll look at their FA Cup results / upcoming
do you recall what you said last episode?
Yeah, I thought we were going to beat Arsenal, and I saw something different.
You said, it's Arsenal. Anyone could beat Arsenal.
Wasn't that the episode before?
He said something last episode along the lines of, "Oh, this is not going to be. We're back. Arsenal are bad." Da, da, da. Yeah.
I remember you saying you were talking about Manchester United's upcoming games, and that you were playing like some of the lower teams earlier, and
he said something like, "Oh, United's back on track." I said, "You're shaky at best. You know, this is a team that can perform brilliantly against one club and then hit a wall the next day."
I'm just thinking.
And here's the wall, and it's called the Gunners.
I'm just thinking of a TikTok I could make out of that, but I don't know if I want to embarrass Waz for a second time in a week.
You have to.
Oh, easy.
Anyways, it ends 2-0 for Arsenal over Manchester United.
Fantastic result for Arsenal.
Goals from Nicolas Pepe and Socrates. What can you say?
Overall, what did
you said his name right? Yes, you said his name.
I didn't try to pronounce that last time.
When they actually win, that's when you try.
Yeah.
But in this match, you saw a lot from Arsenal, lots of great passing movements, and the attacking players getting involved in the attack.
Well, I asked it on Instagram. I'll ask it here. Is this the new Arsenal? You know, is this the Arteta Arsenal?
Arteta actually played
that team looked
the front four. The front four.
Yeah, Mesut Ozil, yeah.
And they looked good.
You don't usually say this about Arsenal, but they were fun to watch.
Nicolas Pepe.
They were.
Yeah.
Well, we've said this for months now. If that front three or front four gets going and is able to score, they'll be a
goals.
Fantastic team to watch. They're exciting. They're quick. They're goal scorers. You know, it hasn't worked for them so far this year.
I think I saw something online. It's like apparently Arteta, he put something in. He just made Arsenal work hard. He was telling them you have to work harder on the pitch. And
we can touch on the post game interviews with David Luiz and Socrates, and they both said, since he's come to Arsenal, he tells us we're not fit enough. We have to run more. We have to press more. We have to work harder. We have to be in better shape as a team, kind of thing.
And you know who ran the most?
It was Ozil. That was the most he ran since probably Arsene Wenger.
That's the most he's ran since he probably played for Schalke. Let's be for real.
No, not
that man doesn't do anything. But hey,
he
did a lot there.
I'm saying he hasn't been doing much in recent years. But when he was under Wenger or when he was at Real Madrid or playing Germany, he used to be a quality player.
He was a good player.
He used to do a lot of good things.
That. It was his work rate.
It's just in recent years, he hasn't been as sharp.
100%. So if he can get his work rate.
Excepting it's for maybe Manchester United, where it just seemed like every Arsenal player just turned up out of nowhere.
But is that because Arsenal played better than usual, or is that because they played into Arsenal's hand, or into United? You know, United played into Arsenal's hand by sitting deeper. The midfield wasn't as pressing.
Basically both.
You gave Ozil some space. You gave Pepe some space on the wing. And if we're talking about this game, Nicolas Pepe, I think, was man of the match in my mind. I know David Luiz got it, and I was shocked by that.
No, because I thought Arsenal's defense was rock solid.
It was good. It was very good. But I thought Pepe probably had his best game in an Arsenal jersey.
I thought it was also Kolasic's best game in a long time.
Arsenal played a very good.
Granted, Xhaka played well too.
But your left back,
Luke Shaw.
I have a fact about Luke Shaw. I want you to just give me your thoughts on this.
He was just getting.
Luke Shaw is the highest paid fullback in the world.
I don't know if that's true.
It is. I'm reading it right here.
Oh, what's your source?
Tom.
Who the hell is Tom?
He's a guy from the 90 Minute Cynic, the football podcast I watch.
Well,
I listen to.
I need an alternate source, Liam.
Tom tells me. But disclaimer, if that's not reality, that's not reality. But if that is reality, what are your thoughts on that?
He's good sometimes. Sometimes he's a little shit.
Literally, Randy Robertson should be paid 3 times what he's
I don't
worth.
think he's the worst left back in the world.
He's not the high. He's not the best in the world.
He's definitely slow.
He got torn apart.
Yeah, Nicolas Pepe he turned him into a toy essentially.
Yeah. Also, a big mistake from Ole Gunnar.
Not a mistake.
This man is like...
Okay, look, the fullbacks in the first half, the fullbacks were sitting alongside the center halves, which pretty much gave Manchester United no offensive pressure and just relying on the front four, which couldn't do everything. And
Daniel James, Lingard, Rashford, and Martial.
only thing, like, Lingard. Not a good performance again from him.
Why is he started?
I like how we said 2020 is going to be the year for Lingard. Or we were jokingly saying that he's going to get a hat trick.
Well,
yeah.
Lingard started because, Pogba's injured again, it seems.
Pogba literally does not want to play ever again for Manchester United.
Really? Because right now he's going into surgery, apparently. So
okay. He doesn't want to play for you guys, though.
I don't want to play for United. Can I do surgery for free? Is that what's happening right now?
Listen.
Look, I don't want to play for United, so can I just have a surgery?
No, I understand he's injured. I'm not disputing
You
that.
can't really play a player who's injured.
I understand. I'm not disputing if he's injured or not. What I'm saying is he will never play again for Manchester United.
I think he will.
I don't think he will.
I think he wants to play.
Do you think he wants to play for this big shithousery club? Run by some Norwegian guy who doesn't know where he's at?
Yes, maybe I'm a little naive to think, but maybe he does want to play.
Let us know in the comments. Do you think Pogba will leave?
Solskjaer's credentials are, I got relegated with Cardiff and I coached Molde for a while. Ooh,
yeah,
wow.
but do you remember last season when Ole came in and Pogba was like the best in the Prem at the time?
Yeah, because he's as wishy-washy as the club is.
Then he signed the contract.
Yeah.
Then everything fell apart.
Contracts do jack shit nowadays.
Well, it meant a lot in this case.
Well, Jesse Lingard, in a sense, also just isn't a great player. Like,
he's just not good.
No, he doesn't. I think he doesn't have any football IQ, or very little at the moment. He's got okay dribbling and can run, but other than that, he's like.
The thing is, do you play Mason? If you play Mason Greenwood,
I'd rather have Andres Pereira in that.
I'd rather have Juan Mata in there.
That's
Matic
is also. Oh my god, he's not fun to watch. Our team was just slow.
Having McTominay and Pogba injured they're big misses.
I want to go to like the very end of the game where I feel the best Premier League moment of 2020 happened.
I mean, it's kind of early.
No, this is the best Premier League moment of 2020, guaranteed. Manchester United get a free kick, 20 yards out.
Oh, Fred's free kick.
And I look at this team and I go, okay, Marcus Rashford is on the field. This man scored from his pretty much exact same spot against Chelsea. Banger of a
That's
free
a
kick.
once in a career free kick.
Okay. But he's also a set piece taker.
Yeah, but he misses a lot of set pieces.
Yes, that's fine. Fred takes a free kick, which genuinely, there could have been 5 goals on top of each other and it still would not have gone in. I'm surprised he didn't go out of the stadium. I have never seen a free kick like that in the Premier League.
I've seen some pretty awful free kicks.
I have seen bad things.
Have you seen extra class of free kicks?
That was bad. And it was like, that just sums up that entire game for United. That is just a bad 90 minutes.
United just had a rough one.
It was a bad day.
But they've had a lot of rough ones.
Just been a few.
Yeah. So, also about Lingard, I know he had a rough 2019. I don't know. But personal life too, apparently.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So that may be something he's still recovering from. I don't know. And also the rumor from not the greatest source in the world. I won't even mention their name, but
is it the Sun?
No.
The Daily Mail.
Something or Mirror or something.
The Daily Mirror. Yeah,
but apparently he's teaming up with Mino Raiola.
That's true.
I don't know if it's true.
The world's worst.
Where's he gonna go? Where would Jesse Lingard go? MLS.
The MLS.
Sheffield Wednesday. We talked about them.
I mean, the funny thing is, Raiola teaming up with Lingard will make it more difficult for United to keep the star player.
Well, he's not really a star player.
The star player.
I hate when...
no goals or assists in 2019.
Article titles, but this is bullshit. He's not a star player.
Like you mentioned, Kolasinac had a fantastic game for Arsenal, going up and down that left wing. I thought Xhaka was actually pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's the type of game he needed.
Lucas Torreira was good in the middle. He was tough into tackles.
And he was like genuinely nearly in tears at the end of the game.
Guendouzi was good when he came on, and we only got a 10-minute run out.
I think what we saw...
Saka and Nelson.
Lacazette was so tired at the end.
Lacazette was dying, yeah.
This is a preview.
It's good that they're fighting, though.
Yeah.
What are you saying, Wes?
I think it's a preview of what's to come at Arsenal.
Yeah. Arsenal have okay players. Awakening. They just need to get rid of the dead weight and strengthen.
Arteta, I think he's got a good game plan.
He needs a center back, I think.
Okay. Yeah, well, clearly from what I saw, they don't really need a center back.
It's one game.
Yeah. Do you expect David Luiz and Socrates to have consistent games like this for 20 matches in a row?
No.
Potentially.
No.
I'm surprised they have 2 games in a row.
Well, we're halfway through the season. Have you seen what they did in the first half of the season?
Things can change, and I saw a very good structure from them.
Yeah, they're playing United.
Okay.
The same thing that beat City. Fuck off, man.
You guys are crap.
I know this.
They're not crap. They're inconsistent.
They are.
Very
They're
inconsistent.
Okay,
yeah.
but let's just mention the FA Cups quickly
Yes.
between these two
Yeah,
teams.
then-
Arsenal play Leeds United tomorrow or today when you're listening to this.
It'd be uploaded on the Monday.
So, do you expect Arsenal to win at home against Leeds United?
Yes. but it'll be
Coming off their
interesting.
good result,
They'll
they,
be
they
I think
should.
Leeds will be a tough game for them.
Well, yeah, Leeds are
It'll be a good
currently
game.
first
They're
place
not a
in the
bad team.
championship.
This will be
Not
very
bad.
exciting.
That's it. Any more input?
I'm just excited to see how
we
far
have-
Leeds can go.
Can we have a Bielsa masterclass?
I mean, Arteta versus Bielsa. Interesting.
Could you imagine Arsenal beat United and then they lose to Leeds? Like,
I wouldn't be shocked because it's Arsenal.
does that kind of ruin your momentum or no? Maybe because it's the FA Cup.
Arsenal is
but-
wishy-washy, so we're
Yeah.
United, but yeah.
It's also the cup match, and we were just talking about rotating players.
Well, I mean,
so
Yeah, there will be some
I
rotation.
think Arsenal,
happening.
that'd be a great season if they can win the FA Cup.
It could be their only hope of getting European football next season.
No,
They're in the Europa League.
You're saying they're going to win the Europa League?
They were in the final last year,
That's true.
and they apparently had a
Anything
fraud
can
manager.
happen.
Anything can happen.
hey, they made it a group stages with how
I think
bad they were
they
playing.
keep an eye on Arsenal.
Liam, they made the final last year.
Some-
Liam, United is in
care.
the Europa League.
Something
So is
magical.
Inter.
So is Celtic.
Interest first in Italy. What's your point?
They could be.
Show some respect.
I'm saying Inter's better than Arsenal.
No, I'm
Inter's
wait.
not going to try in the Europa League.
I
don't
wasn't
think.
saying United is a
Inter
good
want
thing.
to win the Europa League.
They want to win the
Champions
Serie
League.
A.
They don't give a fuck. They're not going to win the
Why
Serie
would
A.
you not care?
Are you insane?
It's
They're,
like
not, they're not going to win Serie A.
that's like saying Celtic doesn't care about the Scottish League.
That's
So we're
not what I
focusing.
meant. I meant don't worry about that. They're not going to win the Serie A title.
But they're going to try their best to win
That's
it.
nice.
They're
They're
going to buy
gonna win
players
it.
in January so they can try to.
they're not going to win it.
Anything can happen.
You're a
Can we
hater.
talk about United?
Yes, United
in
versus
the
Wolves.
best ever FA Cup game.
Liam, we made the mistake of watching this match.
I had paper. Two Premier League sides. Wolves United has to be real good. No. Ends 0-0.
United didn't even have a shot on
Yeah,
target.
it's pretty
Nothing
bad.
happened.
This is disgusting.
Like, it was a
Adama
pathetic match.
Traore honestly looked like he couldn't care less to be there. He's just kind of like hanging out in the wing. Like, let's get this over with, please.
To be fair to United, they did hit the crossbar with a shot from Rashford, and also maybe they should have gotten a penalty. That Brandon Williams getting tripped up
Hey,
in the
look,
box.
Adama
No.
can't handle Brandon. Brandon Williams is a solid left
That's not
back.
what was involved in this conversation.
I'm just saying. Brandon Williams is turning into a very special left back, and he played well.
Special's kind of pushing it, but he had a solid game.
Probably
Yeah.
better than playing Luke Shaw.
Honestly, you're not wrong. I think he's done better than Luke Shaw this season.
Yeah. I mean, Luke Shaw's played, like 2 or 3
Yeah, Luke
games.
Shaw's
but
been injured the entire season. I mean, it's, you rotate your side a little bit. You had Mattis starting, you had Greenwood up front, Teeth, Chong, Pereira started, Williams started, and Ashley Young started.
To be honest, the Heath Chong really hasn't been kind of.
No, I wanted him to be so much better than he
Potential,
was.
he's been kind of. I remember when we signed.
Overhyped.
Yeah, I remember when we signed
Yeah.
him. He was like Manchester United signed 16-year-old wonder kid to Heath Chong.
Yeah.
And he's like this one of the weirder names in football, I guess you can
Yeah.
say. So I feel like when you have one of those weirder names in football, you're like meant to be something special.
And you have a big rag on
And,
your
like,
head.
and an
Big
afro.
afro, yeah.
You're like, is this the next Ruud Gullit? But no.
like, just bring back Marwan.
Marwan Fellaini would probably be winning us more games than usual.
Honestly, yes.
He was a clutch player.
He honestly was.
So
And on Wolves' side, they created some chances. They did score a goal, but unfortunately for them, it hit off Doherty's hand.
Doherty heads the ball in, it hits
Yeah.
off his arm, then goes in.
Yeah.
But there was not a hell of a lot to go on this game, so honestly, I don't know how much time we can spend on it.
No more.
I think that's it. Yeah.
no, let's move on.
Okay,
What's
so-
our next game, Lucas?
0-0, they'll replay the game. So.
So we might as well just mention Wolves' Premier League match this weekend, just for just a quick minute. They lost to Watford 2-1.
This was actually an interesting game.
Just coming back to the point of Liam in the last episode saying Watford is not getting relegated.
Watford's not
so-
getting relegated.
They've hit the ground running.
They have the best manager for the Great Escape. He quite literally invented that term. Like,
I mean, there's probably been clubs in the past that had great escapes.
but no club has had the Great Escape and then gone to win the Premier League the next season.
Yes.
Yes, he wasn't part of that because things happened, but hey.
But in this match, yeah,
Goals from De La Feu and Decore, and then Pedro Neto for Wolves.
it says, oh yeah, you're right.
Oh, I am. Thank you. Red card, though, for Christian
Cabasele.
Cabaselli. Wow.
But Watford were able to keep their lead. They were up 2-0 at that time.
Yeah.
And
No, they were when the red card. They were 2-1.
No, it was 2-0.
No, they weren't.
Pedro
Pedro scored in the 60th minute, and the red card was in the 71st minute.
It looked like 80th from my angle.
Hey man, don't backtalk me.
I'm sorry, man. I make mistakes too.
Man
Usually
here.
you are the know-it-all. Today, that's his role. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man.
His mic twice. Can't read. Get off the show, man.
Yeah, you're out.
Bye,
All right,
Wolves-
move out of the way, Greg.
Wolves had.
I'm still on the
Lucas,
show.
I think it's just fair to say you're not informed today.
I watched this match.
He's the only one who watched any football this weekend. Wolves had 63% possession in this game. It means jack shit when you can't score a goal. Let's be honest.
Yeah, they weren't at their best.
Oh, clearly not.
Okay, well, let's just move on.
There's not a ton to talk about there. It's a 2-1 win.
very-
It's a fantastic win for Watford. It gets them going. They're now
They're on
sitting.
a good run of
they're
form.
sitting 19th still in the table.
But in the FA Cup, Watford, they were up 3-0 against.
yes, they blew it.
Yeah.
Things happen, Lucas.
I think it's a bigger deal than that.
Things happen.
Okay, okay. I guess Liam doesn't care about this right
Yes,
now.
they were 3-0 up, and then they end up 3-3 against Tranmere Rovers. Not a great result, but
It's pretty bad, but
yeah.
no, it's bad.
But the quicker we move on from that, the better.
There was also a red card in that game for Roberto Pereira, but that's okay.
Yeah, but let's move on to Tottenham because
Yeah.
Spuds.
not the greatest
Spuds are
result.
back.
for them.
Spuds are back.
They haven't had a good week.
Nope.
They haven't-
Let's
No,
start with
they
the
really
Premier-
did
the
not.
Premier League.
Not really.
I'll start with the Premier League game.
Premier League, okay.
They lose 1-0 to Southampton. Now, this is another team that I said won't go down because I like their players.
Yeah.
But
Very good result for Southampton.
huge result. 1-0. The man, the myth, the legend.
Danny Ings
Danny
gets
Ings.
on the score sheet.
I want to pose a question to you three then at home. Is he the most valuable striker in the Premier League right now to his club?
Vardy.
You think so?
I would say Vardy, yeah.
To their club. To their clubs right now, is he the most valuable striker?
Yeah, I'd say Vardy is more valuable.
Well, they're right
than,
now second in the league.
I think it's Danny Ings. He's single-handedly almost saving them from relegation.
That too, but
It could be a £50 million, £100 million payday.
I think it's more
But
goals.
Vardy's also has Leicester in Champions
Jamie
League,
Vardy's
so.
definitely it's 1 and 2 between Ings and Vardy, 100%.
I
I'd say.
think Ings, it's like more due to the system change Southampton have made since the international break, where he just fits in that very well.
No, but I'm saying
Vardy's
his
been,
worth
like-
to his club right now. He's right up there.
Oh, 100%. But
Like his
I
goals are monumental for his club's
Jamie
success.
Vardy's just done so much for Leicester this season.
100%
You just,
as well.
so-
I'm not disagreeing with Jamie Vardy's talents.
and I'm
this
not
year.
disagreeing with Danny
Yeah,
Ings.
Danny Ings though has been immense
Been
for
a legend.
But
Southampton.
big outcome out of this match for Spurs.
Yes.
Harry Kane tore his hamstring.
Yes.
that's not good.
It's not great.
How long is he out for? Do we know?
Well, a
They haven't
torn,
said.
torn hamstring is like a month, 2 months?
Yeah.
I think they said March, so.
Well, just.
But since it's
I-
Harry,
I'd say probably 6 to 8 weeks probably for that.
but since it's
injury.
Harry Kane's gonna be half that.
Yeah, and then he'll get injured again and play in the Champions League final and then just be
So what do we see happening with Spurs now?
Oh well, Youngman's son has his suspension finished. He was out for 3 matches.
Yeah.
So he'll be able to play now.
They'll
But
use Son or Mora up front as
That's
starting
good.
striker.
Probably Lucas.
Time for Son's time to shine.
or is it time for that youth player to play? What was his name?
Parrott?
Yes.
Troy Parrott? No, I'm sorry, but no. I
Who
like
knows?
him, but no.
Maybe he can be the early bird story of 2020.
I mean, potentially.
It probably means Lo Celso is going to get some
So Celso will get some game time,
Yeah.
possibly.
I mean, yeah, he's gonna have to step up. I know he's
Eric
adapting to the
Lamela,
league.
possibly. might.
Mourinho, he seems to always do well when his team actually has injuries.
Why is he playing Sissoko as a right attacking winger?
Well, maybe
But he has Eriksson playing as like a deep lying midfielder.
Ericsson. He doesn't like Ericsson on a wide, but
that's fair.
But I don't know. I didn't get to watch this match because there's other matches.
Regardless
I
of the
chose.
fact, losing to Southampton 1-0 for Spurs is not good.
No.
That's
No, it's a bad result, and it's a
For
bad.
honestly,
it's
with how
two
the-
bad losses.
Honestly, with how the results were going that weekend, United had a chance to just go past Chelsea, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
But if we look at Southampton's very recent results, the 1-0 win
They haven't,
over
but, like-
Tottenham, 1-1 draw against Crystal Palace, 2-0 over Chelsea. a 3-1 win or a Villa. No, those are good results.
A lot of these lower sides have actually been performing kind of a little bit better than usual. I mean, Everton's been getting results.
They got
in the Premier
a 2-2
League.
draw against Arsenal back in November.
Southampton's been getting results. I was gonna say Villa, but then again,
they got one result. We'll get into that.
Yeah, they beat Burnley 2-1, but that's not anything special. But it's Burnley.
Ryan Sessegnon started Greg, but they lost.
Okay.
Do you have anything else to say?
No, not really. One player is not going to make.
If we talk though about
yes, I love Ryan Sessegnon, but
he's two. If we talk about
he's not even the best English talent in the world right now, like young talent.
I'm just talking about it because Greg's a Fulham fan and he played for Fulham last year.
I understand, but we're kind of overhyping him a little bit now.
I'm not saying anything.
You guys overhyped him all last season.
Yes, this is actually very true. We thought he was going to be this English wonder kid to blow the doors out.
Because he was great in the championship the year before.
The championship and the Premier League are different animals.
Yeah, but there's players that translated sometimes.
Sometimes, and I think, a good example would be Jack Grealish.
Considering how bad Fulham was, he actually had a decent season.
That's a valid point. He was on a crap team.
And he was injured, so.
But
let's move on to Tottenham in the FA Cup, where yet again,
disappointing result.
Bad days for Spurs.
1-1 to Middlesbrough.
1-1. I mean, Borough's not bad. Not the worst team. But to be 1-0 down, trailing against Ashley Fletcher's goal, Lucas Moura does score to tie up 1-1.
The last thing Spurs needs is another fixture.
Yes.
And that's the same thing with United because they will have a reverse fixture against Wolves.
Yeah.
Patrick Roberts started for Middlesbrough. He's on loan there from Norwich City.
Are you sad?
Well, I would have liked him back at Celtic, I gotta be honest. We had him for 2 years. PR7. PR7.
PR7.
Unfortunate for you, Liam.
No, he just wants more money. That's okay.
But I don't know what else to say.
Some
really.
of these nice things, lower these championship sides turn up in the FA Cup.
I love the FA Cup.
Yeah.
The FA Cup. The FA Cup to me is the best domestic tournament.
You support Fulham. What did you guys do this week? You beat Villa, right?
Yeah.
Shame on Villa.
The first half was terrible.
I would have loved
to see Fulham now.
I would have loved to see Villa go on a deep FA Cup run because there's some players that are like
they're in a deep Carabao Cup run. They're in the semi-final.
Yeah, honestly, the FA Cup kind of means a little bit more than the Carabao Cup.
That was the rematch of the championship final.
2-1 Fulham versus Aston Villa. That ends. Anthony Narkart and Harry Arter. Harry Arter, what a goal!
Hey, Greg, if this helps,
that out,
I hope Fulham is the Cinderella story just for you.
We're trying to talk about the match, and you're just.
Well, we're trying to talk about Aston Villa.
Spews bullshit the entire time we film.
This is somewhat true, yes.
But I enjoy it though. You're the banter.
Yeah.
The banter is what it was. But this is a big win for Fulham.
Great, give your thoughts because you never get to talk about Fulham on the podcast.
Well,
the stage is yours.
Like Luke said, first half definitely looked boring. Definitely a boring match, but couple wonder goals by Fulham though. Like you said, Harry Arter, both goals were fantastic. And then we played Hector for debut for that match. He looked good.
I didn't think he was that great. I thought he was.
Okay, you haven't not seen the Fulham defenders.
Oh yeah. Is this the same Hector from Germany?
No,
Michael Hector.
It's a center back.
Okay, you guys. It's okay.
Like, I don't know. I thought it
took a turn.
I thought there was times where he kind of like lost focus a little in the match, but
I mean it was his debut, so.
And it is against a Premier League side as well, who I guess didn't make the most out of this opportunity. A lot of young players also got subbed on in this match. I know an American and also like a 17 or 18-year-old on Fulham.
Yeah.
Let's see, what was his name? Jay Stansfield. Yes, he was like pressing a lot, like Jamie Vardy-esque.
Wow. I like to have Onoma on your side. Used to be at Spurs. It was Onoma's son. One of the best ever Premier League pictures.
Now, he was bad to start the season, but he's been picking it up now.
Yeah. He's not good, I gotta be honest. I've seen him play live. He's not great.
He's not terrible.
Honestly, Fulham probably missed Mitrovic in this match because their attackers.
We didn't have our two best players. I'll just say that.
To be fair,
the other one?
Tom Kearney.
Villa didn't play their strongest side either. It looks like.
Yeah, Villa did rest a little bit.
Because they have a Carabao Cup semi-final to focus
on. That's also fair, and I think they're also just mostly focused on staying.
They also had a couple.
You gotta give them. You know what? That makes sense.
The best named player in all of the Premier League, Marvelous Nakamba.
Really?
Yeah. He's the best name in the Premier League.
Okay.
His name's Marvelous.
So I was looking at Fulham's roster, and there's a guy at the bottom named Jaden John Lloyd Harris. Or Luca De La Torre. Like, where are you getting these players from, man? Like, you go to the local pub and just pick a player and say, Hey, Jaden John Lloyd.
Jaden John Lloyd.
That's quite the name, I'll be honest.
No.
You could.
Tahith Chong. Like,
That's
a good name.
I'll be honest. I'm not. If I have a kid, I'm not. The first thing I'm thinking is not Kahith. It's probably like a cultural thing, but
Yes, he's from Curacao.
I didn't know that. Thank you. How did you know that?
They said it in the match.
That's why he plays for the Netherlands, because Curacao is a Dutch colony.
Oh my god, it's amazing.
History. Fun facts. Here we go.
Curacao also great.
anyways,
alcoholic
let's
beverage.
move on.
Well, no, you did mention a good point, Greg. Aston Villa has got 2 terrible injuries.
Yeah.
Heaton is injured. I think he might be out for the whole season.
I think they're both
Yeah,
out for the whole
And
season.
Wesley, the striker. So
Yeah, Wesley was out for the season. He did his knee. Yeah.
So Aston Villa is probably going to be looking for a striker in the transfer window, and if they don't get one, they're going to be a shoe-in for relegation.
Who could they?
And who do you think? Who do you think's out there? Who do you
I
think
mean,
they can find?
Batshuayi maybe?
They could go for. They could loan a player potentially.
Giroud?
Olivier Giroud.
Giroud to Villa.
Hey, Olivier Giroud is not a bad goal scorer. Yes, he doesn't have pace, like he has 0 pace, but he's actually a good goal scorer, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting. They're going to have a lot of work to be done
Why are
in the
you loaning
January
Jesse
transfer.
Lingard to him?
I was thinking that honestly, the same thing. I was thinking, hey, let's send him.
Do a
over there,
swap. Jesse Lingard for Jack Grealish.
please.
I feel like Villa would not go for that.
No.
Actually, I saw a thing about United wanting to give Jesse Lingard plus £35 million to Leicester for James Maddison. Some guy goes, honestly, keep him. We'll just take the money.
It would take a lot more money than that.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh, probably 70.
If
million.
McGuire was 80, it'd be probably 100 then.
potentially,
Yeah.
yes.
Or it was like another reply was, if Lingard plus 35 million somehow equals Madison, is more like Lingard plus 35 equals 25 million. I think he's worth negative value.
At the moment, there's not a lot of value.
Jesse
with him.
Lingard, he had so much promise at one point, and he just
We've been
turned
hating
into-
on Jesse
Ever,
Lingard a
ever
lot
since,
this episode.
ever since he moonwalked at the Emirates, he's gone
That
downhill.
probably Chris's career.
Yeah.
Millie Rock at the Emirates, and you get your career.
Millie
Chris.
Rock.
But let's move on to Chelsea next, who they had a poor result against Brighton in the Premier League fixture.
Yes, they
Yeah.
did.
And they got scored on by, Brighton equalized with a wonder goal.
Frank is
1-1 Brighton versus Chelsea.
Did you
and
see it?
yes, like you said, Cesar Azpilicueta scores, and then an absolute wonder goal by
Yeah.
Jahabash. That's not that far off. It is Jakabash.
Have we had? Is this like our first bicycle kick of the season?
Yes,
I think
it
it
is.
is. Like,
It was quite the goal.
was a great goal.
I think it's already been. It could be Pushkash. Pushkash. How do you pronounce it?
Puskas?
The
Puskas
Puskas.
award.
Yeah.
I think it could go as the Premier League goal of the season, potentially.
Probably, but we still got a couple more
We have a
games.
few more games to go.
Yeah, so.
you mean like half the game?
Yeah.
But funny thing, well, not funny, but a good thing for Chelsea, I guess. You know, a lot of teams had an opportunity to get closer to their top 4 spot.
But they all like.
They all lost.
Yeah.
They all,
Yeah, the
except
top-
for Arsenal, but they're
Yeah.
still far behind.
Yeah, the top 4 or top 6 did not have a great week this week.
Yeah, like
I mean, other than Leicester.
United's the closest
City
with
and
5 points
And
behind.
I
them.
don't understand, honestly.
Like honestly, like no one took advantage of it except for Arsenal, and I don't know if Chelsea need to worry about Arsenal yet. And
The table's just funny because it's
Arsenal up to
Liverpool's
10th
just in
now.
first, City and Leicester are just fighting for second, and then like
Everyone else.
and then everyone else is just a
Sheffield's
mess.
there, like, yeah, we can maybe push for top 4.
Crystal Palace.
No one's talking about Palace. No one's giving them any
They're just
respect.
sleeping there.
This is a team that has 85-year-old Roy Hodgson at the helm. They have one player in Wilfred Zaha, and here they are touching Europa League. Like,
Lucas, didn't you predict them to
yeah,
get relegated?
yeah, you did.
You also predicted Sean Dyche to get sacked first.
Are you? I mean, the guy is down in 15th. He's not a million miles away from getting sacked.
And you guys
Yeah.
predicted Bruce to get sacked first.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
Who did you predict to get sacked?
I said Hodgson.
Yeah, you did.
So we're-
I predicted Spurs in
Let's
second
be honest,
place.
it's
Okay,
the Premier
so-
League. It's kind of tough to predict some of these
Yeah.
things. Look at the
But
league.
Palace up to
But-
9th. Like, they're not bad.
But focusing on Chelsea, I guess they were in the FA Cup today, and they got a victory over Nottingham Forest.
Oh, good. 2-0.
You know, it's a solid result. They got
At
to
least someone beat somebody.
A
Somebody
Prem team actually beat a
somebody.
championship team. There you go.
Are you okay with
Someone
that?
beat
Okay with that?
somebody beat somebody.
Somebody beat somebody.
Was there was like 30 other matches.
Yeah,
just
there
in
was
the
a
FA
couple
Cup.
draws here. At least the Premier League side did well.
Yeah, I mean, I only watched 10 minutes, and that was when Ross Barkley scored his rebound goal from the Hudson-Odoi shot. Reece James looks pretty good, though.
Can we move on to a managerial bounce?
Uh,
West Ham.
Yeah, they've actually been looking decent with other Moisey.
4-0 over Bournemouth, and I said it last week, I'll say it again. Bournemouth are well and truly
you've got a
relegation
point
candidates.
there.
But-
Lucas, I want to tell you this right now. I feel like my predictions last episode could be my best ever. I said this about Bournemouth. I said Watford. I said Southampton. I said Mbappe. I said a lot of things here.
That Mbappe one, we
That
won't
Mbappe.
know for another 10 years.
I said Mbappe would get 5 Ballon d'Ors before 2030. I feel like could be correct.
People on TikTok disagreed with
I
you.
don't
That's
care
true.
about TikTok. I love you all.
It's a bit of a stretch. 5 Ballon d'Ors in
5 Ballon
10
d'Ors
years?
in 10 years.
Did you watch Messi and Ronaldo do it?
I think there's more challengers to Mbappe.
You got
to the
Virgil.
Mbappe level.
Yeah, you know.
Virgil's 30.
Sancho, he's
That's like
similar
another-
age and he's producing big numbers. He's going to get a big move to a big club.
I mean, that's like another
João
4 or
Felix?
5 years of
So you're
Virgil.
not calling Dortmund a big club?
I,
I didn't mean to cause this entire conversation.
Anyway, sorry.
Back to West Ham.
Back to
We're talking about West Ham, and we got to
Okay,
get Ballon d'Or
Lucas-
Mark
conversation.
Noble.
Mark Noble, you say he's
Mark
the worst player in the Premier League.
I did not say that. You were misquoting me.
You said
I said
that
he's
this
slow.
midfield is the worst in the Premier League.
I say it's a slow midfield and it will not work long term.
Declan Rice, Mark Noble, and Anderson.
It is slow.
It is terrible.
Like-
but here's Mark Noble, 2 goals.
With a brace.
Mark
I mean,
Noble with a
look,
brace, Sebastian Haller, and Felipe Anderson.
look, West Ham got the managerial bump result that should be happening.
Yeah. From who's the manager?
David Moyes.
David.
Yes.
But it's still a managerial
David.
bump. It happens a lot. What I need to see is this consistent throughout the rest of the season.
What he said is in his pregame press conference was actually so correct. We're a team that people thought were going to be a top 10 candidate. We're a team that spent money. We're a team that, has good players. We're just underperforming. So if I can get these players to perform at the level that they should be performing, we'll be okay this season.
100%.
It's correct.
Yeah.
You don't need to be a fantastic manager or to have,
Just get your team
incredible
going.
players to just perform at the level you should be performing at. Just be consistent.
Yeah.
That's all he's asking for. And just
Beat the teams below you, and
be mediocre.
you're going to be good.
Just be as good as you can be.
So basically, stoked for like how many years they were in the Premier League.
It's okay, man.
Or West Brom.
Yeah,
Yeah. Basically, just be any Tony Poulos team. But yeah,
Apparently, Tony Poulos' son is going to be an assistant coach at Beckham's team.
with the way you were kind of wording that, I just thought you were gonna say his son was dying. I think your tone of your voice is very grim. So I'm like, Tony Poulos' son's gonna die.
I didn't think my tone of my voice was like that.
It was very grim. I know this is very odd to say. And maybe Liam's right. I do bring the banter, but
That's not banter at all. That's quite grim.
It's not banter. But why'd you even bring it up?
I don't know. But thankfully, you're okay.
No, whatever.
keep going.
There was a very sad inflection in the tone of your voice, and I'm like, oh no.
We've been talking about this
Because I'm
match,
talking about West
and we've
Ham.
gone
Definitely
like
talked about the
one
game.
way back into the match, and then we went another way. Completely.
Apologies for that if you don't like that, but that's us.
Can we talk about Bournemouth?
Honestly,
They're bad.
They're bad.
I mean, it wasn't a great result.
You're Callum Wilson.
lost
You lost some
4-0.
Callum Wilson. He hasn't scored since September.
Look, just be patient. They will.
They don't have time to be patient, Lucas.
They will turn
the,
it-
the Premier League season is not
They
forever.
will turn it around.
They
Trust
won't.
me.
They won't.
Trust me.
They won't.
I don't know why you don't trust me, Liam.
Because they have
I've
Dominic
been-
Solanke as a striker. The man should not be on a football pitch. Him and Jesse Lingard could go to the England do nothing
listen,
camp.
I value your opinion at times. I just think he's a little bit more intelligent when it comes to football.
He
So
hasn't scored since September.
Who?
Callum Wilson.
Yeah, he's not a great striker. This is correct.
What? He's a great striker.
Right now,
He's
isn't.
not.
Look,
He's having a rough
he's had
time.
a couple seasons where he's shown he can be a great striker. Right now, the whole team is struggling, but they will turn it around. I
Hey,
believe
he scored
this.
at the FA Cup.
That's what it is.
Look, they'll turn it around. Maybe this FA Cup win over Luton Town will be a turnaround for them.
4-0 victory against Luton Town
Hey.
is a turnaround for when it comes to the Premier League. Yes.
What do you
I mean, it
consider a
is.
great season in the Premier League for goals?
For goals? What
Yeah.
do you mean?
As a goal
As a
scorer,
goal.
what do you consider a great season?
15.
It depends on the context and what club.
I would say probably 15.
I mean, if you're a
20.
relegation candidate, I would say at least 11 goals. If you're a mid-table team, 15. If
So-
you're a top half-table team, 20.
So, since coming to the Premier League, Callum Wilson's best ever season goal scoring was 14. That's not.
But he's also had a lot of injuries in each of those seasons.
Yes.
So,
but I'm saying
I think-
that's not red
Because
hot
I think
numbers.
it's fair to say that calling Callum Wilson a great striker is a stretch.
Yes.
Fine, he's a solid striker.
No, I was gonna say average.
I think
He's a good
He's better
striker.
than average.
He's good.
Where let us know in the comments, where do you see Callum Wilson?
At the
Like,
moment.
where would you rate? Yeah, because
At the moment, no, he's
Lucas
not
clearly
great,
is a
but-
fan of him. That's fair.
Oh, he's big. He made videos about him. Big fan.
So he's a player you enjoy, and there's nothing
Yeah.
wree with that.
I enjoyed him
But then
since
again-
he was in his
then
first Premier
again-
League season.
Then again, he had Callum Wilson 14 goals, but still a Premier League season better than Rashford at 12.
But Rashford will probably beat that. But he's also on a team that is supposedly better.
100%.
Supposedly.
I don't
No-
think
no
Marcus
comment.
Rashford's a great striker either.
Okay, you're just out of your mind.
He's not.
Liam, like, I think you're just very hyped on the current results with these teams right now, and you are not looking to. You're looking at
Oh, you see, it's a-
rose-colored glasses.
Why are you not being pressed? If you're Eddie Howe, you have to say, hey, when do we push the panic button? We're in relegation.
Look, they need to change something, but they've also had so many injuries this season that they haven't had much rhythm to their
then
squad.
Here's January. Say, listen, Callum, I love you. Come off the bench though. You're not a starting striker no more.
Or maybe they have go once their injuries are healed. Maybe they get a consistent lineup where the same lineup plays consistently.
Maybe Chelsea go, hey Nathan Ake, time for you to come make a.
Well,
big
he's
move."
injured
He's
right
injured.
That's okay.
Clueless.
Why am I clueless?
Clueless.
Just because I think Chelsea want to sign a player they've been heavily linked to.
God.
They have a buyback clause on him.
He's clearly
not-
injured. You're clueless.
It's not a. It's like first.
It's a
option,
first option to buy. Yeah.
which realistically doesn't mean much if the player doesn't want to go to the club. But obviously,
Why would he want to stay in a relegation battle?
because maybe he respects Bournemouth and wants to try to keep them up this season and then leave in the
Let's
summer.
hope Bournemouth turn them around. Nobody wants to be relegated. It's not fun.
I think they're going down.
Greg understands it's not a fun thing to be relegated. I understand they beat Luton Town 4-0, but City also beat Port Vale 4-1, so maybe City's going to turn around and win the league.
Well, we didn't even mention West Ham's FA Cup game.
West Ham have actually...
What happened at West Ham?
I mean,
FA
they
Cup?
struggled to win this one. It took a while for their first goal to come.
What was the score
2-0.
against?
Gillingham.
Gillingham.
Gillingham. Okay. Well, on the good note, Pablo Zabaleta scored.
His
Yes.
first goal for West Ham.
Yes. First ever goal in the Premier League or in England coming off the bench.
Legend.
Okay, that's a
Where did that stat
I read
come
it today. I don't know, man. I read these
That's
things.
such a weird
First
stat.
goal ever in England coming off the bench for him.
Yes, but let's go to Manchester City, where
This gets my Shithouser award of the decade.
we'll mention the FA Cup one first.
Loved it. Loved it.
Do you want to explain it, Liam?
Well, basically, let me get his name correct here before I.
Is it Tom Pope?
It is. You're right. No, I'm on the wrong game here. Jesus, I'm on the Premier League.
Come on, stat man.
Hey, I'm not the stat man. I hate being stat man. But yes, Tom Pope. During, I want to say it was the Euros?
I think it was like
Or
the
the World-
beginning of the season.
The beginning of the season. I thought it was the last season. Anyways, he sent out a tweet saying, if I played against John Stones, yes, John Stones makes $150,000 a week and he's a Premier League player, he's best team kind of thing. But if I played against him week in and week out, I'd have a 40-goal season. What does Tom Pope do? Turns him inside out and bangs a goal and
Well, scores a header.
bangs it in. Bangs it in.
That's
Love
hilarious.
to see it. I hate John Stones. Bombshell of a
Apparently, John
defender.
Stones refused to talk to him after the match.
Of course, he's all pissy. Don't make fun of me. Yeah. Shut up, John.
I'm surprised he's just like, oh, well, we won the match.
But the Tom Pope situation, he took his 50 minutes of fame pretty far.
Oh, yeah.
He tweeted a lot, some banter, some funny, some okay, man, calm down. And apparently he's getting investigated by the FA
Oh,
about
piss
some tweet.
off, FA.
Excellent.
Don't have.
What was that face?
Investigations is great.
I read that. I don't know if that's true, but
what did the tweet say? Do we know which
I don't know.
tweet?
It's apparently a context. I don't know the full context, but apparently it relates to a family, but apparently it might also relate to anti-Semitism, but people say the context doesn't show... The context doesn't really make it seem like that, but they're still investigating it.
Moral of the story, kids, is be careful what you post on social media. It can come back to haunt you.
Yeah, don't tweet too much.
This is true.
Yes.
I'm
but-
looking at his Twitter right now, trying to find what he
I
said.
probably deleted the tweet.
Yeah, it's
I'm
probably
sure.
hidden that. It's probably buried out anyways.
Anyway, so City won the game though.
Yeah, pretty comfortably
4-1.
4-1. I mean, you'd expect
expect-
Manchester City to beat Port Vale, right,
So,
Greg?
like, you're telling me
Yeah.
they smash him 4-1, but this man has the balls to go on Twitter and still talk crap.
I mean, these I play
He
for
just
Port
scored
Vale.
against
It's
City.
Manchester
I
City.
understand that, but
Was you'd be loving life if you scored a goal and lost 8-1.
probably. I don't know. I'd be pretty pissed off if I'm.
If
being
you played the
honest.
one of the best clubs in the world and you scored,
I'd still be pretty pissed. I lost 8-1. That's embarrassing.
you'd be pissed. But then at the same time, you'd be thinking, oh, I scored against
I'd
Manchester City.
probably care more about if my transfer value went up than my tweets. If I can score against City, then get me to the Premier League.
Like I lost a match once 16-1,
That's cute.
but I scored, and I was like, and this was against a club like a few age groups ahead of us, and they were like the best team one of the best teams in the country. So I'm like, I
That's
scored
pretty-
against one of the best teams.
It's good. I mean,
But
yeah.
we still lost
Was it an
16-1.
empty net?
Oh, I'm sorry you lost 16-1 though.
But now Tom Pope, according to his Twitter, he's in the Manchester City group chat. Benjamin Mendy added him after the game.
Of course, Benjamin Mendy would.
He waited outside the dressing room and took a selfie with him and added him to the team group chat.
Tom Pope to City,
City
confirmed.
confirmed.
Stones is pissed. Stones,
Oh,
Stones
yeah.
leaves group chat.
Yeah,
Stones has left the chat.
I'd
But
love to see.
must be like-
that's why I love the FA Cup, because there's always like a small team that causes an upset or causes some drama. Like what was it 2 or 3 years
It's
ago? It was
cup
Arsenal.
Yeah.
The goalie was eating burgers on the halftime. It was great.
Oh,
I agree. Well, it's just like our TikTok, Wigan winning.
Yeah,
it's
Wigan
stuff
winning-
like
winning-
that.
yeah.
That it makes it
Um,
enjoyable.
I love watching
we
these
still-
huge teams
yeah.
playing in like town parks almost, because it's just like tiny stadiums.
and just quickly mention Manchester City defeated Everton.
That was pretty
2-1.
comfortable.
Yeah, Everton did score late, but for the most part, they didn't really show that
Gabriel
much in this
Jesus
match.
was showing up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
he's done
There's
well.
two Brazilians score that game. Jesus, Richarlison. So some Samba flair.
So Sam
I'm so
Flair.
sorry for the things I say sometimes.
Like
Samba Flair.
Anyways,
I was going to like discuss this match, but after you said that, I refused to.
good.
Can we talk about Leicester City?
What about them?
Well, in the Premier League, they did okay.
And FA Cup, they did okay too.
Yeah.
Good, they're winning games.
They
Well
won
done.
3-0 over Newcastle, which is a bit of an interesting result because Newcastle have not been terrible this season.
I mean, they've been terrible lately.
No,
Yeah,
but can I be
a little
honest? I
bit.
think you're right about something.
What?
Joe Linton hasn't been quality.
So basically, what we've confirmed is I've been correct with a lot of things this year. And Lucas has been wrong about a
Who's
lot
worse?
this
Oh,
year.
come on. I've been right about a
Good.
few.
0-0 Portugal.
I had reasoning for that.
Well, you got kind of wrong.
I had
Can you insert a clip so you'll know what
You
we're
had
talking
0
about?
points in a prediction once.
So
It's
did
okay.
I.
the
and I still
nil
won.
Portugal.
What they won 4-0.
Insert a clip there, Lucas. We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
Anyways,
Yeah, here's
But
the
yes,
context.
Leicester City.
Have you seen Lucas's prediction?
let's check it out.
Yes.
Why would you even predict that?
Lucas, how can you predict a 0-0 when there's a guy called Cristiano Ronaldo on the field?
Bruno Fernandes,
The guy scores goals for days.
Bernardo Silva.
Alexander Mitrovic.
Exactly.
Because they tied 0-0 against Ukraine.
Portugal tied Ukraine.
0-0.
Where?
First qualifying game.
Who played for Portugal? Was there a guy named Cristiano on the field?
Yes.
There actually was.
And Bernardo Silva.
He was having a nap. Okay.
Ukraine is a very strong side. Okay.
Yarmolenko.
Yeah, exactly.
When was this game played?
It was in March.
A lot can happen in a couple months. Do you know?
no.
Have you seen their attack now though?
In
Remember
a
what
couple
happened
months.
a few months after the Gunnar Solskjaer took over? Paul Pogba was good. Now he's shit.
I want to see that same lineup again.
What? Like, who's missing? João Felix Guedes?
Yeah,
Bruno Fernandes.
yeah.
I think
That's an all-out attack. They weren't even on the bench.
They were at home. They do win 3-0 over Newcastle. Goals from Ayoze Perez, James Madison, and Chowdhury.
Chudri, I think. I don't know.
Chowdhury.
Anyways,
Chudri.
I don't know.
Chudbury or something. I don't know his name.
Ayoze Perez does score against his former club. I'm just going to keep moving here because this man is killing me. This has been an interesting week for the 90th minute. Like, I don't know
You
what's
wonder
happening.
why people say clue.
Yeah, we are clueless, 100%. We're just fans giving our opinion. He's not our fan or our friend. He's just here.
That's quite rude.
Leicester had 76% possession.
Yeah, Newcastle. Can you check Newcastle's recent results? Because I'm pretty sure they've lost their last 3 at
Let
least.
me take a big
Or at
old
least
gander.
they
They
haven't
lost their
won.
last 3. You were correct. They lost 3-0 against
correct,
Leicester,
that's
2-1 against Everton, and
Some
4-1
stuff you
against
just have
United.
to. Yeah.
Stat man here.
But
I like it.
Call me Dave.
if we look at Leicester's perspective on the FA Cup, they defeated 2013 FA Cup winners Wigan 2-0.
Yes. That's
Like
decent.
7 years ago.
Decent.
You just have to bring it up that they won.
Wigan are not the best of sides right now, I gotta be honest. But
Yeah, they're in Greg's championship.
but they're not doing great in the championship. They're 22nd.
Yeah, they're one of
They're
those teams
not
that kind of
great.
gets relegated and keeps tumbling.
Yeah, I mean, a victory expected from Leicester, I would say, right?
100%.
Yes.
But okay, hold on. I just looked at the championship table. What the hell happened to Huddersfield? They're 20th.
Huddersfield are bad.
Yeah.
They, like I said, another team that just
Jesus.
tumbles.
Stoke, 21st.
Oh, yikes.
Derby County, 17th.
Hey, they're going up.
Hey. Talking about Derby?
talk
Wayne
about Derby.
Rooney made his debut for Derby. I think a lot of people forgot that he signed with Derby County.
Yes, he did.
And
They got a big result.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the FA Cup upsets now.
Yes.
Now, Derby County 1-0 victory over Crystal Palace.
We gave Crystal Palace a lot of praise before about how good they've been this season.
Not anymore.
Not in this game here. Yeah, 1-0. Goal coming from Chris Martin. Not the guy.
Midfield. With
Wait.
Tom Huddlestone.
yeah, Wayne Rooney started the match. He played center mid in the midfield with Tom
Yes.
Huddlestone.
What a midfield that is.
Yep.
One of the best shooting techniques in the world.
I've watched Chris Martin play for Scotland. I didn't know that guy could actually score a goal.
Chris Martin.
Yeah, not the guy from Coldplay.
Oh, okay, that's
Not him.
That's quite the
Yeah, not him.
This guy.
Jesus.
But yeah,
Uh,
Tom Huddlestone's there. Yeah, it's an interesting side.
It's a great side.
but also Crystal Palace received a red card, and the Premier League. He's a Premier League ref, but in this FA Cup, he used the screen.
Oh, the screen, the VAR screen. I mean, fair enough. That's what you're supposed to do.
Now, the Premier League and FA are separate, so
Yes.
I guess they follow different things. I don't know.
Yeah.
But hopefully they try looking at the screen more often too when they
That'd be
make a
nice.
decision.
Oh,
That'd
please.
be nice.
Yeah.
Everyone would love it.
But let's move on to another upset.
Which one?
You didn't have one ready?
I mean, what else would you consider an upset?
I mean,
We went through a good few upsets already. Sheffield beat Brighton.
Yeah, Sheffield Wednesday.
Sheffield Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Oh, my goodness.
Come on, Greg. Like we have to
No one
respect.
gives- no one gives a fuck about this game, Lucas.
It's an upset though.
Yes, it
It's
is.
an upset.
Yeah.
If you are a Sheffield Wednesday fan, there might be 3 of you in the world. Congratulations.
They
Now
used
go,
to be a big club.
now go back into whatever
could get
cave you came
promoted.
from and just stay
They're
there.
in the fight for
A lot of
promotion.
teams used to be a big club, and look how that's turned out.
They were in the first Premier League season ever.
Now, if Sheffield Wednesday
Gives
go,
a fuck.
if Sheffield Wednesday goes up
Who-
to the Prem, then we're
20 years.
definitely gonna have to
30
say
years ago, right?
Sheffield
Who
Wednesday.
gives? Who cares?
A lot of people do.
A lot of people.
Yes, for some it might be a very proud moment.
I mean,
right?
Liam, I know you're not English. You're Scottish, and you don't like English people that much.
What?
Lucas, we're living.
First, I hate Danish people because now I hate the English. I don't love the English. I don't hate the
Lucas,
English.
listen, mate. I understand they used to be a very historic team, very, very successful. I don't know if they were. Listen, we're living in the present, not the
Yeah,
past.
don't be a prisoner of the past, Lucas.
And to be fair, sometimes you are.
This is Waz
History-
saying this.
history
Waz just talks
does
about
not gain
United winning the
respect.
Premier League all the
this
time,
has been a
being in the
shit show,
glory
man.
days.
This has been a shit show an episode. 100%.
Thanks, FA
was.
Cup. This is what you present with us. Okay, are we done with the FA Cup? Because there's also
We've been-
not. I'm sorry, I don't really want to talk about Millwall versus
Bristol
Newport
City versus
County.
Shrewsbury Town.
Anyways, there's another cup that's going on.
Hey, well,
next week.
Waz, Burnley won, so
Good for them. They need the confidence.
But yes,
Capital what?
Waz
the
loves
Carabao
Burnley.
Cup.
Yeah.
Carabao
Cup.
Cup.
I don't know if
The
United
EFL
wants to-
Cup, the Capital Cup.
The
I don't know what's
Carabao
Could change his
Cup.
names every 2
Carabao.
years. I swear to God.
Carabao Cup is coming up here.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. The Mancunian Derby.
Yes.
It's bad. It's
I don't know if
Back.
we're actually gonna win.
Manchester United versus Manchester City.
You are at
You
home.
Is
just-
that
beat
the old?
City.
Is that Old
We
Trafford?
beat City. It's at Old Trafford.
Hey, a goose gets lucky once in a while.
This is true. We
Goose
United-
gets lucky. What?
Do you remember his analogy of the ceiling or whatever?
It's so high. I can't even say what is high. Like, what? The ceiling.
I'm not including that clip in.
But
It was a good one.
should we continue? United City, what do we see happening?
Rotated sides. Not the best ever game.
But it's a chance to make the cup final.
Manchester City win.
The first leg or in the entire thing?
Both legs.
You think they'll win both legs?
Yes.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm gonna call me crazy here. I'm gonna give this a win to City. I feel like United. I don't know.
Because it's a 2-leg fixture,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So
So you think you're gonna lose both legs, was?
No, I think we'll draw at Old Trafford.
That's the first
That's
one.
those one.
Yeah, exactly. We'll
You
draw
said-
and then we'll lose against City at home. I don't know. United's so wishy-washy. It's very hard to predict on how they'll perform.
You honestly
But
can't
honestly,
predict
United could come out of the gates and
Yeah,
have a
they
stellar
some-
performance.
they
and
do
win
that
3-0.
sometimes.
Like,
As 2-1 said, sometimes a little shit, sometimes a little good. Or whatever.
City could play the
You know?
possession style like they usually do, and United can
I think both
counterattack
clubs
them.
will rotate, not heavily, but they will
And like
rotate.
one thing I hope to see.
They want to make
maybe,
it's at the point.
Yeah.
It's at the point in the cup where like you used to want to win it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
so.
if you're at this point, you want to go all the way to
I
Wembley.
would like
Yeah.
to see maybe Angel Gomez start for United, see how he does, and Mason Greenwood,
Greenwood,
of course. And on the other side, we got Leicester versus
Well,
Villa.
Can I make my prediction?
Go ahead.
I think both legs will be a draw and it will end in penalties.
That sounds very exciting.
That'd be-
Then City will win in penalties.
No,
what's
what about
the-
0-0?
What's the
No
other side
legs.
of the draw?
Leicester, Aston Villa.
So this is Villa's huge chance to go play to Wembley to play the cup final.
And it's going to be rough for them because of those injuries we were talking about.
Leicester, they have been decent as
Yeah.
of late, but haven't been perfect.
Can Brendan Rodgers make it to Wembley and finally get the revenge over Aston Villa? Because you remember when it was the season before he got sacked,
Yeah.
where he was in the semi-final of the FA Cup with Liverpool, and Liverpool blew it. They should have won that match.
Liverpool
on paper.
bottling it.
Okay, come on, Liam.
What?
Yes, in Rodgers' era, yes.
But yes, I agree. I think Leicester will go through. They have better players. They've been the better team this season.
I can see.
If Villa do go through, it'll be a fantastic upset. It'll be a fantastic moment.
I think we
Especially-
all like when there's an upset,
But I'm going to
except
give
when
it
it's
to Leicester.
the other team,
Yeah.
other players' team.
Leicester versus either Manchester club in the final will be a good final.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I really want to see. Leicester in the final. No
Yeah.
offense to Aston Villa. I think Leicester could potentially beat one of those two clubs.
And
I
make
think
it an
Leicester,
exciting
honestly, for how good they've been this year, they deserve a little bit of silverware.
No, definitely.
Yeah,
You know, they're not going to win the FA
Look,
Cup because they got
let's-
knocked out.
Let's be pretty
They didn't
honest.
get
they're
knocked
not-
out.
No, which one they get knocked out of early?
They're still in
mind.
the FA Cup.
Never mind, ignore me.
Aston Villa got knocked out.
Never mind.
And they're not in Europe.
Never
Okay,
mind.
and they're not in Europe, so
Never mind.
Yeah. So what pretty much you guys are predicting a City Leicester final?
Yeah, I think Leicester will probably
Yeah.
win this tie very comfortably.
You know
As much
Lucas
As,
is
as much as I
predicting
like to
United.
see Villa upset, and I like to give them a little
City.
love.
Oh, never
It'll
mind.
be a Leicester City final. I don't know who will win. Both
Did we-
sides are quality.
Yeah.
We'll discuss that once it actually happens.
Yes, that
if it
final
happens,
is on
so.
March 1st. Don't know if I'll even be here.
What?
Goodbye.
Bye, Waz.
I'm probably gonna be in Boston or something.
What?
I said yes.
Are you gonna
thank you.
have a fan meetup in Boston?
What?
Keep this moving.
Yes.
Did we talk about Arsenal Leeds?
Yes.
Did we?
Yeah.
I missed that completely. Can we talk about Serie A?
You were the one. You talked
Did
about
I?
it.
Serie A.
Well, not much happened in Syria.
Not
because,
yet. Napoli Inter tomorrow.
Or today when you're
It's a
watching.
big
Technically
game.
today,
Today,
Monday.
I
Or
think it's
yesterday.
exciting
Podcast.
because Serie A unfortunately has this kind of reputation of having boring football, 0-0s, 1-0s. But I'm hoping to be an exciting fixture.
This should be a good match. It should be. Should.
What time is this match?
Liam. Should.
There's several matches tomorrow, but yeah, 12:45.
Okay.
Here's what's going to happen.
Oh, let me guess. He's gonna predict a 0-0 draw.
It's going to be a 1-0 Inter.
Oh wow, what a surprise!
It was a good result for Inter then.
It'd be a good result for Inter, but I think Napoli's just shit.
They're in a bit of a transition period.
No,
Or
they're just shit.
they've got a lot of drama going on behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Look, there hasn't been a match in Syria for 2 weeks, pretty much.
Yeah.
A lot of things
So-
change. could
Have
change.
Napoli got a new manager yet?
Yes, Gattuso.
Oh, yeah.
Look, new year, new Napoli.
Yeah, sometimes shit.
You said that about Arsenal.
Okay, relax.
Yeah, they're looking better now.
But yeah, I don't know what to look forward to in Italy.
Well, Zlatan might make his debut.
Yeah, Zlatan
He made his
Ibrahimovic
debut
against
in
Sampdoria.
practice and he scored.
He's gonna put a lot of these strikers in Italy to shame, hopefully.
Now,
Piontek.
Yeah,
Hey,
Piontek.
Piontek needs to step, man. You're not wrong.
But you know who isn't a striker who's being shamed?
Who?
Ciro Immobile. He scored a brace today.
Yeah, but the thing is, people still don't talk about him. he can score 30, 40 goals. He'll still won't be even close.
Break the Serie A goal scoring record.
That happens a lot in Italy. Like, people will score tons of goals and they won't even be like recognized across Europe, it seems.
I think it's different with Ciro Immobile because he is a guy that did flop at Dortmund.
And Atletico Madrid.
He was
Did
not at
score against
Atletico
Celtic.
Madrid. He was at Sevilla.
It's okay. He was Spanish side and he flopped as well.
He did not score against Celtic, let me tell you that.
Congrats, you have the world's best defense.
There was... Mario Balotelli scored the goal for Brescia, and he hit out at racism yet again in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
Italy, just stop. Be better, Italy.
It's not just Italy. It's,
no,
it's
it's not.
everywhere.
It's all around the world, but just be better.
Just
Globally, be better.
but Serie A is trying to become more of a global league, and it's more
Prevalent, yeah.
Well, it's still stuck in the
But
Stone
it's
Age.
good. It's good that these players are stepping up and talking out about it. You know, don't let this happen.
Do you think Juventus will beat Cagliari? Cagliari is having a decent season.
Yeah, a lot of people have
Yes.
been sleeping on Cagliari.
They are sixth, but yes,
They
Juventus will win this one
They
at
have
home.
João Pedro, who's third top goal scorer in Serie A.
I don't care. He's gonna win this one. They're at home.
So,
I don't care,
Go
man.
Cagliari.
I mean, weren't Lazio at home against Juventus?
Lucas, we're falling off the rails here. I'm sorry I brought it to Serie A. I'm sorry.
You're the
I
one-
went
you're
to
the
talk
one.
about one game. That was it. Is there anything else we want to talk about here?
La Liga.
Oh my Christ!
So what you may have learned that is that he does not like discussing other parts of
no,
Europe.
no, no, no.
Well, this is Germany,
No,
but
I enjoy. It's not that I don't enjoy these leagues. It's just there's nothing. There's nothing.
Barcelona drew.
against Espanyol, two as a red card. for
Barcelona drew the bottom team because Barcelona are meh.
They're top of the table.
They've been meh this season.
They've not been the best.
You're
but
not. You can't really see you're mad when you're top of the table right now.
Are you telling me this has been the best Barcelona season they've had for a while?
No,
Are we saying
no,
that?
No, I'm just saying it's
They've
still
been
pretty
meh.
good. I mean, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. To say you're meh, but you're first place.
It seems like Barca's like drew and lost more games than they have.
To be
Doesn't
honest,
it this season though?
Barcelona has been more, they've been kind of inconsistent compared to some previous years. Yes.
I just said they're meh. Now you're telling me they're inconsistent.
Look, let's talk about this match.
Thank you.
Espanyol scored first. A decent goal from David Lopez. But then Barcelona second half, they scored 2 goals, both involving Luis Suarez. He scored the first one from a great pass from Jordi Alba. And then the second one, he crossed it to Arturo Vidal. And they were up 2-1. But unfortunately, they got a second yellow card for Frankie de Jong in the 75th minute. And something I want to point out, which I found from people on the internet talking about, and I noticed it when I watched the match back. When Barcelona had 10 men on the field, usually when you have 10 men, you defend with all the 9 players in front of the goalkeeper.
Drop back.
Messi and Suarez were pushed up the field, and they were defending with 7 guys.
Yeah.
And they kept... Espanyol kept pressuring the back line and causing mistakes, and eventually it led to
A goal by Roulet.
Let me just say also, Barcelona, 4 draws, 3 losses this season. That's not great.
I mean, Real Madrid have 7 draws and 1
I'm
loss.
not saying they've been good either.
They've been actually performing
Meh.
better than last year for sure.
Meh.
Much improvement.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And
I
Karim
agree with
Benzema has
that.
been one of the top strikers in Europe.
Also, another thing I want to point out: Barcelona, they subbed off Griezmann, who does have a lot of work rate compared to Messi and Suarez.
Yeah.
So, could you say that might have been a mistake?
Potentially, yes.
Like, would you maybe sub off Suarez? He did score a goal and get an assist,
Yeah.
but he's not going to help as much defensively.
No, I think what this kind of proves that Barcelona's manager, he does not make great decisions.
At least when it's high pressure, I guess.
Now,
Because the Catalan derby is high pressure.
yeah. Now, that's what I want to talk. There's rumors about Arturo Vidal filing a lawsuit against Barcelona.
Well, apparently filing a lawsuit because of bonuses he didn't receive in a certain year or something.
Oh, okay. So I would do the same if I were him.
And
I'm
also,
sorry if I have.
How awkward would that be? You're filing a lawsuit to the club you're playing for. Like, hello, I'm suing you. Hello.
I would say hello. Get out of my club.
Yeah.
Vidal, there's rumors of him going to Inter or Juventus or something.
I'll be honest. Inter Milan is kind of rumored with everyone right now that wants to leave.
Yes.
They've been linked with Christian Eriksen.
Pogba.
And yeah, recently actually Pogba, which is not gonna happen.
Okay, but let's
Are we
move
talking
on.
about United as well? The fact that they're
It somehow always gets back to United.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
just- but-
it's because it's United.
Okay, let's move to Real Madrid, where they kept a clean sheet. They've been keeping a lot of clean sheets this season. They've only conceded 12 goals this season.
yes. Not bad.
And
They're
Courtois.
mad.
Courtois made some good saves. He was a bit sketchy early in the season.
He should be okay. He's a
One of the
decent
top
goalie.
goalies in the world, yeah.
And also, Varane, he scored a brace.
Varane's had a good season this year.
Yeah, you could say the whole Madrid backlines had a great season with.
Yeah.
They've only conceded 12 goals.
It's their goal scoring that's been an issue with all the other than Benzema, honestly.
Yeah,
that, like,
100%.
with these players that they brought in, and
I mean, they've scored second most in La Liga, but Barcelona have scored.
you would
way
think
more.
Real Madrid. The thing is,
Yeah.
you think Real Madrid's doing better than that, though.
I mean, they're currently tied with Barcelona with 40 points, just behind on goal difference.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be interesting how the next few weeks go. Will these clubs slip up more? Maybe Atletico Madrid's going to catch up to them. They're only
Could
5
you
points
see
behind
either
now.
of these clubs making a bit of a signing in January? Like a bit of a decent signing?
One, but not one that will affect their first team that much.
Okay. You
Uh,
heard it here first from Lucas.
And then Atletico Madrid, they get a victory against Levante, 2-1. No, they're scoring 2 goals now a game.
No, those are scoring more. Scored 2.
Better than 1.
That's better than 1 or 0. So
But, wow.
Yeah, I didn't get to watch that one. So.
1.2 goals average per game.
But Atletico Madrid, 5 points
that's
behind
not very
the
good
top 2.
for a top two.
And Sevilla.
Atletico Madrid, 9 wins, 8 draws, and 2 losses.
Look, Liam, how many times have I said this to you that they... Also, they don't really have a great goal-scoring striker, but there are rumors of Edison Cavani joining them.
That'd be very good.
That would be good.
El Matador.
Sevilla, yeah, they're fourth, 35, tied with Atletico. I mean, I guess
Sevilla's not bad.
it's
Yeah.
a very tight title race in La Liga at the moment.
So-
the thing is where I see it is I don't think the La Liga title race should be that close. I think Barca,
No, this is
Atletico Madrid,
underwhelming in a
and
sense,
Real
but-
Madrid have all underperformed.
The-
When Real Madrid spends 100 million on one player and he doesn't even make the teams.
Well, he's been making teams a bit
Yeah,
more
but he
recently.
has-
You're
hasn't-
also Eden Hazard, former player of the year in the
Yes,
Premier
yes,
League.
Yeah.
yes. But I'm saying is he hasn't had the impact at
Yeah,
Madrid
no,
that
that's what I
people
mean.
want him
It's
to.
very strange.
So you look at Thibaut Courtois, who was winning Golden Gloves, was winning Premier Leagues, not performing
yeah,
as
you
best.
also got. I think you got to look at Zidane on how he kind of utilizes.
Luka Jovic came here with high expectations.
Well, he's also a young player.
He's a young
Luka
player,
Jovic,
but he
right?
hasn't done anything. You know.
I mean, just give it some time.
No,
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's done, but I'm saying is for what the Madrista fans wanted, they bring these players in, they expect
To be
instant.
fair,
I mean, Benzema stepped
Benzema's
up.
been
To be
fantastic.
fair, if
this
Luka
year.
Jovic went to Everton example instead of Moise Kean, we would probably written off Luka Jovic by now. With the way we've been talking about Moise Kean. So, yeah.
I think we should be looking at Real Madrid a little bit more, especially with their
Yeah, no,
defensive
I
record.
agree.
Yeah.
And like Champions League, if I'm City, I'm worried.
100%. They're
And
not going
if
to go
I'm-
into that game going, let's go a cakewalk. They shut it if
It
they
seems
do.
Real Madrid's been playing more as like of a unit recently instead of like previous where it's like the eyes are only on Ronaldo.
Maybe it's a bit of a transition, whereas, hey, we're not going to be a super attacking team, but we're going to be more stable defensively and, grind out results kind of thing.
But yeah, obviously Real Madrid and Barca need to be careful because they haven't been perfect because Real
No.
Madrid recently dropped points, Barcelona dropped points this weekend.
Yeah.
If Atletico Madrid get a great striker, maybe Atletico Madrid can pit them.
Maybe.
Potentially. So Spain is getting more entertaining than in Italy.
I just wish it was a bit easier to watch.
I
Yeah, I
actually
agree
I think the
with that.
fair point to say is that all the leagues right now are kind of exciting.
Yes.
It's competitive, except maybe for the Premier League. Liverpool's kind of running away with the title.
Well, I think the Premier League's interesting because it's the second till 10th almost is so
Yeah.
competitive. And then relegation, of course. But
So right now there's no like clear winner in any of these leagues except for the Premier League. So Europe is on fire.
Looking good.
I haven't seen the France table in a while.
Well, that's always a runaway
But-
by.
We know who's winning that
I
one.
want to mention something about France. The French Cup, the best cup in the world.
Okay.
The Coupe de Ligue, I think. No, not the
Okay.
Coupe de Ligue.
Don't say anything. Let him speak.
I'm just kind of struck for a moment here.
Coupe de France, the
Okay.
best cup in the world.
Okay.
Because club Jeunesse Sportive Saint-Pierre-Rousseau.
Anyway, you could
Yeah,
just
it's a club in the 6th division of France. They're a Reunion Island club. Do you know where that is?
Reunion Island, I do actually.
Where is it?
It's in the Pacific.
It's right beside Madagascar.
Yeah, it's in the Pacific. Yeah.
They qualified for the round of 32 for the Coupe
Yeah,
de
yeah.
France.
I've actually watched a video on this. Yeah,
Can I play for this club?
this is a French colony.
Can I play for this club? I'd like to play for an island.
They defeated a Ligue 2 club, Chamois Niortois.
Lucas's favorite league.
Yeah, Lucas loves League 2.
Yeah, but like I found that really interesting.
That's
No, it's
huge.
crazy.
Scenes.
Now, this kind of begs me the question: do you think a 6th division club on the Reunion Islands club can beat a Canadian Premier League side?
Yes, they can.
Wow, that's shocking. Good to know.
But apparently they won't be able to play any home matches in the round of 32.
No one's gonna fly all the way to past Madagascar.
Well, if someone
It's gonna be us all like.
listen,
It's like 10,000 kilometers.
listen,
It's a
if
huge
you
round trip.
Are a very rich supporter of this club, I would be happily. I would fly me out. I'll come support your club.
Which game was that, Lucas? What was that team's name again?
I think it's Niort.
Who did they play?
Niort.
And who do they play?
They played Jeunesse Sportive Saint-Pierre-Roissois.
Wow.
Pure class.
That's the Reunion Island club.
Anyways,
That scenes.
what else do we have
Yeah.
to talk about?
Also, Toulouse lost to I think 3rd division.
We're
team.
not covering the French Cup.
Okay, I'm
Lucas.
sorry.
I know you. I don't know what you just have a fascination.
Liam, let's talk about Celtic.
Yeah, let's get to this.
Well, okay.
A fan has
let's
been
do a bit of
waiting.
a backstory
Okay,
here.
I'll explain to us what did Celtic play this weekend?
Did we?
Did you?
I don't think so. No,
What kind of
Scotland-
supporter are you?
Scotland's on winter break.
Oh, you guys have a winter break, but the Premier League doesn't.
It's cold in Scotland, man. It's not pretty. No, we're in Dubai right now.
Wow.
Nice.
Scotland, we always vacation in Dubai.
A lot of clubs do actually.
Celtic and Rangers are
A
both
lot
in
of the
Dubai
German
right
teams
now.
do, yeah.
And Qatar.
Yeah.
But when do you guys play next?
Let me take a look. It's in a couple weeks here.
The Bayern Munich are currently in Doha training.
That's lovely.
Yes.
Our next game is against Partick Thistle on January 18th.
Okay, so we won't be
That's in the
talking
FA
about
Cup.
Celtic
That's in the
next
FA
week.
Cup. Yeah.
So yes, next week we have a break from Celtic, unless
next-
something crazy
The
happens.
next Premiership game is not until January 22nd.
Okay, so there's not much to talk about Celtic specifically, but we did get a question last
Got a
podcast
question, yes.
from one of our new subscribers, I believe.
Welcome.
I think he's a Rangers fan from Scotland.
He was.
So we've gotten a few comments about Scottish fans coming from Scotland
He's
subscribing.
a Hearts
so
fan. Welcome, Hearts fan.
Yeah.
Your club's pish, but hey.
that's harsh.
That's
Wow.
very harsh.
Oh, they are
They're,
last
they're
place.
not good.
Credit to him for supporting Hearts.
Oh, fair enough.
And
I'm
he
saying, hey,
supports Fulham, so.
Yes.
Yes.
No,
Always
no
support
relation, I
your,
understand.
always
but-
support your club, but your club's not good.
At the moment.
Yeah, not everyone can support for fucking Celtic.
Sorry. United.
I understand. Okay.
Okay. Well, what's the question, Lucas?
Oh, I thought you had it.
Oh, I have the answer to the question, but I thought you were going to read the question to me. I just had to have to ask the question myself.
Okay, Waz, can you bring up the YouTube Studio app on your
Jesus,
phone?
this
Because I don't
man.
have my phone.
No, I can do this. I have one question this is from Lucas Barr. I have one question for Liam. What is his opinion on the upcoming Europa games Rangers and Celtic are up against, and what's his verdict on the Christie ban? And should Julian, Scott Brown, and Balenguali all have been awarded a second yellow?
Okay, so let's break that down. Let's start with Europa
Maybe we should have
League.
done one at a time.
Let's start with Europa League. Let's touch on that. So Celtic drew FC Copenhagen and Rangers drew Braga.
Yeah.
Now, I think both clubs look at that as a good draw.
Yeah, you're happy it's not.
Yeah,
Inter.
we
You're not happy
avoid.
it's like
I'm saying we as both clubs, we both avoided the big boys in this competition kind of thing. Now, Copenhagen, they were not great in their group. They only got, I want to say, 1 or maybe 2 victories in their group. They were not great. Yeah, they drew like every game. They scored only a handful of goals, but they were not great. So, in that sense, great draw. Braga, I think Rangers can pass them. I think both Scottish teams can advance here. For Celtic, I think to be more sure in Europe, we need to sign a backup goal scorer because I don't think we can rely on Hudson Edward all season. And Lee Griffiths is out the door. He's not been what he's been since coming back from his time away from the game. But I mean, fair enough. Injuries have hampered that as well. For Rangers, I think their season depends a lot on Alfredo Morelos, whether they can keep a hold of him or whether he gets sold in January potentially.
Do you think that's going to happen or not?
If the right offer comes in, I don't think they're going to say no to him just because I know their financials are not as strong right now. They've spent a lot of money. They haven't recouped that money yet.
I would expect them to keep him for the rest of the season.
They would want to, 100%. But I mean, if a $50 million offer, which would be absolutely absurd for him, he paid £12 for him, I think. But
I mean, come on,
hey,
fair.
you give credit to him.
As a Celtic fan.
No, I think if they got a $30 million offer for him, I think they'd be really hard to turn that down for Morelos. Kent has been great for them this season. Scott Arfield's been decent, the Canadian player. They have a decent squad. I think Rangers depends on if they can keep a hold. Celtic need to buy. That's how I kind of look at January for them.
The other questions are: what's your verdict on the Christie ban?
Ryan Christie is being banned because he. What's the correct words for this? Grabbed Alfredo Morelos in a not so nice area.
Okay.
Deserving of a
They grabbed
ban.
him by the balls.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
He did.
The bollocks.
The bollocks.
Okay.
Is it deserving of a ban? Probably. I mean, you could. I've read. Oh, he didn't mean to. He slid, and he just no. He went for it. I mean, fair enough. It's one of those things that if there's no cameras, he gets away with it and is never talked about again. But there's cameras. It gets caught. You get the ban.
And
I don't know how long the ban's going to be per se, but he's also out through injury. So I hope Tom Rogic can step up for us in the midfield, or Olivier Ncham comes in. Both those players are going to be huge for us in the next few months.
And should Julian, Scott Brown, and Bolingoli, I know I mispronounced that, should have they been awarded a second yellow?
No. I don't know what he's referencing, what tackles, what incidences. I don't think there was...
Throughout the match.
I don't think there was another yellow card offense for any of those three.
Okay.
I don't think... but that's my opinion. I mean, hey.
He's a biased Celtic
Now,
supporter.
now, one question for you is, what would you do if Celtic lost the title to Rangers?
Like this season, we just lost it this season?
That or just in general?
I mean, I would be
He'd be
rather
upset.
of course. I mean...
He'd be happy.
I think if Celtic loses the title this season, a lot has to be blamed on the board in terms of financial backing, because we've sold a lot of decent players over the last few seasons. You think of your Moussa Dembele's, that's the biggest one for me.
So I have another question for you.
Well, I have a question then there too.
Jeez, everyone's having questions.
Would you rather win the Europa League or win the Prem or
Win the Scottish
title?
Premiership? I mean, that's a tough one. And I think it's a very, very long shot for us to even consider Europa League.
I know, but or progress further.
What about
Europa.
a semi-final Europa League appearance, or winning the Scottish Premier League, but losing the Scottish Premier League to Rangers?
You have to win the Premier League, your Premiership.
If you can't win the Europa, win the...
If you can't win it, you gotta win
Premiership,
something.
because you have to
Ideally,
keep 10 in a row going.
If I'm like you, I'd say I would like to win the Europa League instead, because we'll have another chance of winning the Premiership.
But I just no, but the thing with Scotland is the 10 in a row. It's so big for Scottish football. It's never been done.
That's fair.
And currently Celtic are on 8
Now-
in a
We're
row.
on 8 right now.
I know this will never happen, but what would it take you to wear a Rangers kit?
Are we trying to bet this or what?
No, I'm saying, yeah, what would the bet have to
Like,
be?
if Rangers won the league, why I have to wear a Rangers kit? First of all, I don't know where the hell I'd get a Rangers kit. I don't know anyone who has one.
Good to know. But I'm just saying, what would something that's something so drastic that would make you have to wear one?
I don't know.
Liam's been pied before, so
yeah,
we can figure out a bet.
I mean, I don't know,
Okay,
because
here we go.
Liam has family from Scotland that are Celtic supporters.
Yes.
And it's generations of his family.
I also have family who are Aberdeen supporters.
Well,
So, I mean,
but you have generations of your
Yeah.
family that have been Celtic
we go.
supporters, and you'd be disgracing
here we
their.
go. If Rangers win the league this year, I'll put on a Rangers top for you.
It's been sad.
Oh no!
All right.
So
Wow.
Celtic,
He's got
listen,
some balls.
listen. Spend some bloody money. We've made lots of money the last few years. Spend it. Get a goal score. We were being linked with
I like how you're like talking to the camera, like the camera
listen to me,
or the viewers are gonna
Mr.
get the money
Desmond.
for you.
Listen to me.
Yeah. So
No, but Celtic are being linked with what's his name? The 35-year-old from Brighton, who was scoring goals last year. I don't know what his name is.
So another question: if you would want Liam to start a YouTube channel talking about Celtic, let us know.
Okay. Do I have a choice in this? Or no?
Is that everything?
I think
Have we
so.
covered everything? We went through FA Cup.
Overall, though, for
England.
Scotland, it's good that we have teams
Yes.
competitive. We have teams good in Europe. It's good for Scottish
There
football.
hadn't been any transfer rumors.
I mean, do you want it, or do you just want to finish off the pod?
I am happy finishing it off.
Okay. I guess I want
covered a
to
lot.
mention this. Just something for Euro 2020.
Okay.
Because Memphis Depay has a terrible injury and is likely to miss the tournament.
Yes.
Their other striker, Daniel Malen, he underwent successful surgery and will be out for the rest of the season.
So the Dutch have no strikers.
No.
Ryan Babel's coming
Vincent
in hot.
Janssen.
Vincent Janssen.
No, I would say Verkhorst is more likely.
Vincent
Or
Janssen.
Luke de Jong or Boadu.
Okay.
Or they just play like
Put
their
Gini
wingers
Wijnaldum
as
up front.
strikers.
Team Wijnaldum as false
Virgil
nine.
van Dijk, striker.
Luke de Jong.
No. Okay, we're wrapping
Okay,
this
yes,
up
that's-
because if this is your first 90th minute podcast, we greatly appreciate you tuning in. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you very
Yeah.
much.
If you made it this far, thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you for those that have subscribed recently. We really appreciate it,
Yeah.
and
20
it's very humbling.
Hashtag road to 1K.
2019
Calm
was
down.
an
Wow.
incredible year for us in terms of growth and subscribers. We're hoping to translate the end of 2020 and keep it going. We hope you guys are enjoying the content we are putting out.
Yeah, and we'll keep it going at least once a week, maybe sometimes a second podcast,
Hopefully something.
maybe some live
Midweek,
streams. I
yeah.
don't know.
Let us
Yeah.
know what you want us to do, and we'll try our best to do it. So,
Won't do everything.
And we're not going to jump off a bridge.
Yeah, we're not
For
going to.
money.
but things for the podcast. Let us
Yes.
know.
But
We
yes.
love to answer questions.
Make sure you are subscribed on YouTube. Hit that bell notification so you are aware of when we do post. Hit us up on TikTok, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everything. Links
Twitch?
are in the bio. No, not Twitch. Links are in the bio. Hit us up, follow us, get involved with the conversation. We want to hear your questions. We want to hear your responses. We want to hear what you think about the podcast in general. But I think that's going to be it for this week. So for myself, Liam, from Waz, Lucas, and Greg, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching and listening. And this has been yet another week in the beautiful game. We will see you next time.
I swear to God, the guys from this VAR room, they've got to be the biggest nerds in the world. Like, nothing against nerds. I'm one.
You
These-
are one. You're the biggest one I know.
They're looking at him like, it's offside. It's offside. It's by an inch. It's the milli inch, whatever. It's offside.
That's technically their job.